Hey, everybody, it's Deanna Fenton here, and welcome to this week's episode of Simple Steps to Online Success. This is the weekly video show that addresses how online course and membership site creators can build a profitable online business. Join the Kajabi Kickstart. That's our free Facebook group. I don't have a mouse in my pocket. It's my free Facebook group. What do you do when your funnel does not work? I really think there's only 3. So I'm going to tell you the first one. And this is so hard. Your audience just may be the wrong audience. And we are all taught to have our ideal customer avatar, our perfect customer, our ideal customer, whatever terminology that you like to use. We need to know that audience. We need to know their fears, their dreams, their deepest desires. Some of us skip over that part. Some of us project what we think their desires, fears, motivations are. And sometimes we just target people that are not in a position to make a decision. They're thinking about it, but the desire or problem, because it's usually one of those two things. They either desire a transformation, a positive change, they're seeking something, or they have a very specific problem that needs to be solved. Sometimes they're not ready. They're simply not ready. And we don't know. And they are in that research phase. And remember, last week I showed you the funnel, and our goal is to guide people through the funnel. And our lead magnets may be bringing in people, but we may be bringing in, as the term goes, the freebie seekers. So that's kind of the first one. That's the big one. That leads us to the second reason. You're making the wrong offer. And believe me, this happens all the time. We fall in love with our offer. We just know it's going to make a difference in people's lives. And we are literally Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams. And we figure if we build it, they will come. And they don't. And that's when those damn crickets start. Because you put that offer out there and nobody buys. Now, there is still a third reason we're going to cover. But this one, a lot of times, is one that we are completely blind to. Because like I said, we fell in love with our offer, right? We know this is going to make a difference. But the audience doesn't believe it, or the audience doesn't agree. So we need to really validate our offers before we invest a lot of time and money. I've always been a big believer in beta offers. And there are some of our online gurus who also endorse this, like James Wedmore has a course called Monetize Before You Make It, meaning don't spend weeks and weeks and weeks of creating content, filming your lessons, and putting all of this out there without making sure that people are going to buy it. Don't be afraid to test them. And yes, you want to try and get people to pay, but try doing a beta. This is what I'm going to sell. I've got the first 2 modules outlined, and you're going to help me create it. I think that, especially at the right price point, is attractive to people because they feel it's customized for them. So having said that, I noticed that Amy Porterfield, and she freely admitted this, she says she has never recommended doing a beta. She's got a free webinar coming up where she says, I'm thinking now that is the way to go. The third thing that we need to look at is if we're using the wrong messaging. I'm not a copyright expert. I am learning so very much. And my number one teacher in this area is Stu McLaren. Those of you who follow me know that I'm a member of Stu's membership called Tribe Connect. He provides amazing value by doing what he calls 10 and 10s twice a week. And he also does the Stu review. And the Stu review allows any of us in the membership to offer up an opt-in page, a sales page, a webinar registration page, any of the things that we are putting out there, and he does an analysis of it. And I'm going to share with you my sales page from my last membership launch. And I'm going to tell you what Stu told me, because I think you can learn a lot. I'm almost embarrassed to share this with you, but I will tell you, based on the feedback I got from Stu and what I've learned from him, this was my sales page. And this, mind you, this was after Black Friday. It was like Cyber Monday. And my goal was to motivate people who had already invested in Kajabi, but had not launched their products or hadn't launched their Kajabi website, or they hadn't done anything with Kajabi yet, right? Stu's first comment was, he goes, when I read that, I thought it was a goal setting course. And I was like, really? And then he said, this was a beautiful photo, but it took up too much space. I agree with that. This was really the headline, right? That was a desire that my ideal customer had. They wanted to be able to build their business on Kajabi, but they didn't want the tech confusion, overwhelm, and frustration. So my headline was way down. And people are busy, right? People landed on this, they read this, and they go, that means nothing to me. I don't understand that. Here we go. You're not a techie, and it's giving you a headache trying to find an easy and straightforward way to get your course or memberships created and launched. Maybe that could have been the headline, right? It was really addressing it. And the testimonials, he said, your testimonials are great, but people are not going to read all of that. And what I should have done was take out the key successes that people mentioned in each of the testimonials and put that as a headline. So like where Lauren said here, thanks to you, I was able to create the entire program within a week. As Stu would say, boom, that's your headline. That's what people want to read. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. And you could join me next week for another episode of Simple Steps to Online Success. And until then, have a fabulous week and take care. Bye-bye.